The wife of a 90s rock star was shot by police in Los Angeles after she allegedly pointed her gun at officers trying to catch a hit-and-run suspect. Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner's wife, Jillian Lauren, 51, was taken into custody alongside her babysitter Tuesday afternoon, when cops say she refused to obey their orders and put the gun down. It is unclear whether Schreiner was involved in the shocking incident ahead of his appearance at Coachella. Police say the saga began with a three-car crash in the eastbound lanes of the 134 freeway at around 3 p.m., when a trio of male suspects believed to have been involved in the collision exited their vehicle and fled on foot. As the suspects ran from the scene, officers say Lauren came out from one of the nearby homes with a weapon in her hand, though it is unclear whether she actually fired the weapon. When officers then tried to get her to drop the weapon, they said she refused to listen and a cop shot at Lauren, hitting her in the shoulder. Lauren, an author by trade, then went back into the house after she was struck, and later emerged from the abode with her hands up in surrender, police said. She was then booked in connection with attempted murder. Meanwhile, the driver of the car that crashed in the hit-and-run was detained by California Highway Patrol officers, cited and released. Alana Altmaier and her brother Guy Bin explained to KTL Athet they were on the freeway Tuesday afternoon when they saw the suspect walk away from the scene. "I saw a gentleman walking in the shoulder. So my brother and I went over and assumed that he was leaving the scene of an accident," Altmaier recounted. When they then gave chase, she said the man tried to run to the opposite side of the freeway and fell. He was bleeding from his head, his mouth, and his knees, she said. Still, the suspect was somehow able to jump over the side of the freeway and run down an embankment as Bin said he tried to keep up. "I chased him down the side of the freeway over a couple of fences," he said. "He had a bag and a sweater. I got his bag. I got his sweater, and me being so old, I couldn't keep up with the guy. I chased him to the park, and I lost him." Fortunately, LA police officers were able to catch up with the suspect near the intersection of Waldo Place and Eagle Vista in the Eagle Rock neighborhood of Los Angeles. And that is when they said Lauren got involved. Officers explained that they worked to set up a perimeter in the neighborhood to catch the suspect, who had decided to strip down to his boxer shorts, jump in a resident's swimming pool, and water some plants in a bizarre attempt to blend in. But Lauren then exited one of the nearby houses with her gun pointed at the suspect. Police said they gave her multiple commands to drop the weapon before an officer fired at her, hitting her in the shoulder before she ran back inside the house. A short time later, Lauren re-emerged with her babysitter by her side. They were seen with both of their hands raised as officers ordered them down the driveway, where the two were arrested without incident. At that point, Lauren allegedly told officers she was simply trying to defend her home from the suspect running through the neighborhood, who was also taken into custody, according to CBS News. She was absentee booked on suspicion of attempted murder, as she was taken to a nearby medical facility by paramedics with the Los Angeles Fire Department, the Los Angeles Times reports. Medical professionals examined her for what was described as a non-life-threatening gunshot wound following the violent series of events. Police said that they took a 9mm handgun from her home upon examining the abode in the wake of the unlikely scenario that played out Wednesday in Southern California. One other woman involved in the multi-vehicle crash also suffered moderate injuries and was also taken to the hospital, police said, but noted that Lauren had nothing to do with the initial hit-and-run. Lauren and her babysitter have since been released from police custody, as Lapse Force Investigation Division probes the police-involved shooting, according to KTLA. Meanwhile, the remaining two suspects who fled the multi-car crash remain at large. DailyMail.com has reached out to the LAPD for additional comment. The band are currently scheduled to perform at Coachella on Saturday, joining Yo Gabba Gabba and Ed Sheeran on the first weekend of the desert event. Weezer, formed in 1992, features singer-guitarist Rivers Cuomo, drummer Patrick Wilson, rhythm guitarist Brian Bell, and bass/keyboard player Scott Schreiner. Their 2017 album Pacific Daydream scored a nomination for Best Rock Album at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards, which air February 10 on CBS.